Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adiolua. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell for updates. Mostly I talk about my point of view on everything and anything, be it health, be it faith, be it, whatever is going on. And I just feel this need to talk about it. This is where I just speak my mind about a lot of things. So feel free to agree with me or disagree with me. You understand? My word isn't law. Only God's word is law, right? So I always pray that let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in God's sight, because I want to speak the truth, as it pleases the Lord. So today in this video, I want to talk about Serena Williams and her husband Alexis Ohanian. I hope I got that right. People have talked about them a lot, and I noticed that the talk about them, especially Serena, is not always very nice. And there's been talk about her, how I don't even want to go into that, because there is a saying where I come from that you do not that there are some things that people say that you don't repeat, because when you repeat it, you're promoting what they're saying, and I don't want to promote the negativity that has been targeted at Serena Williams and her family. I don't want to be involved in that. I noticed there hasn't been a lot of positive vibes towards them. There has been, mind you, but you hear majorly people who disapprove, mostly because she's married to a white man. I don't understand. Like, I understand, but at the same time, I don't, my empathic self doesn't understand. I remember the time I heard she was getting married. I was so happy. Like, I never had the time to watch table tennis, but I love the fact, I just like her from a distance. Like, distance. I mean, a lot of her fans like her from a distance, obviously, but I'm not following her life closely, so to speak. So when I heard she was getting married, because apparently I didn't realize, I was worried that, is this how another successful woman would be like this without a spouse? When I heard she was going to get married, I was like, I know there is a God, but there is a God. I was so happy. I mean, I was a bit salty about the fact that she was pregnant before she got married. You know how it is. I was raised in a Christian home and all of that, but please, I was happy. I was like, well, God be the glory. I was very happy. But I now noticed that a lot of people were not. I'm thinking, what in the world is wrong with these people? Now, what do I want to talk about? I want to draw lessons, mostly because the person that impresses me the most in this whole story, and what made me really, really follow them, is her lifestyle now, like the person she's with and the life she's building. I believe that prior to her marriage to Alexis Ohanian, she was just seen as a professional woman who did what she had to do, very, very strong on court and off court, quite being accused of being intimidating and all of that. But I got to see a side of her that was so soft, so feminine, right? I got to see a side of her that she apparently had to shield because of public opinion, harsh public opinion, and some unfairness she has been through in her career and all of that. So I realized that, wow, there is more to this woman. And I realized that, what am I even talking about? There is always more to people. Sometimes it's the people you're with, the quality of the person you're with, that determines how much of yourself comes out for the world to see. And I saw a side of her that was feminine, that was just, that was just woman, I can't really begin to put words to it, but I saw a different side of her that I found very warm, so to speak. And I think being a wife and being a mother could actually do that to her. And she's the mother of a daughter, So I think in so many ways, she had become a bit soft because of her daughter and all of that. And that is amazing. I see that being with Alexis brought out the best in her. Like, of course, like she has the best already, but like personally, on a personal level, I see that she's softer now. And that is because, in no particular order, number one, she has a man who is fighting for her. Now, I'm doing this video because I just want to put it out there, because it seems like I'm seeing a lot of narrative of, oh, she's with a white man kind of thing. And for me, I'm like, anyone who follows her life, because I didn't follow it. I heard, rumor has it that she's dated black men in the past, but it never worked out between them, obviously. But now here she is. She's happy. She's well cared for. She has a husband who supports her career, who supports her, period. Who supports her. A man who has no problem being a stay-at-home dad. And no, he's not doing it because he has nothing else to do with his time. He was a CEO before he resigned. And why did he even resign or step down? He stepped down because he was fighting for his wife. I think it was after the Black Lives Matter, the George Floyd issue, when it came up. I think it was after that he stepped down, and he said his position should only be given to a black person. I will never forget that. Do you understand? And if after all of that, someone will still come up and tell me that it's faulty, their relationship is faulty because her man is not a black man, that person is racist. I'm sorry. Because if you care about somebody, that they're happy, that they're cared for, that they're flourishing, that they're open like a flower, and you get to see different beautiful sides of them, should be enough to say, you know what, I don't care if the guy is blue, he's making her happy. He's following her around like he's following her around. If she's going to play, he's there, holding their daughter. He knows how to do her hair. Like, how many things should I count? He's doing everything. I mean, from what I can see, he's doing everything to support her. Now, to our black men. I know I said I don't want to talk about them, but this is different. We're comparing and contrasting. And I hope that this helps people who are objective, people who who are empathic, people who want happiness for other people, that maybe they might just leave Serena alone. But of course, some people might see this and be outraged. Do you want her to be happy? Yes or no? I want her to be happy. When I see another woman, I see myself. And I want me to be happy. So if I want me to be happy, of course I want other women to be happy. And she's happy. To my understanding, she's happy. Her husband is taking care of her. Like I see a man taking care of his wife in a way that is so touching. It's so touching. And I'm grateful to God that Serena didn't dig in her heels and say the man she's going to be with has got to be black. The man she's with could be black, and he will not take care of her. He will not take care of his daughter. He will just feel that money fix everything. He will just hire nannies and just go about his business. Alexis seems to be the kind of man that is settled, something that very few black men have. I'm not trying to make black men look sharp, but if you want to understand why those two are together, the man is settled. The man is not, his ego, if he has one, his ego or his personality is not attached to what he has achieved. What he has achieved is on one side. Who he is on another. That's the way I see it. And another thing is that he wanted to be with her. He wanted to be with Serena. Like, he enjoys being with her. So every opportunity he gets to be with her, he seizes it. He wants to be there for her. He wants to be with her. I remember I was watching a clip. It was a negative review, by the way, of Serena. I don't even know why I went there, but what I saw was that she was upset about something that happened in the courts. While she was playing, I think they cheated her of something, of a point. And she was like, why would you do something like that? Is it because I'm a woman? And she was almost crying. And I noticed that before Alexis, she was not like that. She doesn't cry. She was as tough as a nail. But like I said, getting married to a man who loves you beyond and back, and you having a daughter, it changes things. It just makes you more relaxed, and your guard is down. And I think that was where she was at that point in time, and she was almost crying. And what I noticed, apart from the fact that she was almost crying, was that her husband stood up in that court, like on his stand. He was there, like he was there. He stood up in the spectator stand, put his hand on his waist, and he was just blinking. Like he just had this look of, like, I can't believe my baby is going through this. Like he was empathizing with her, like supporting her. He just stood and was just, I think he was thinking of, like, he was feeling for her. He didn't just sit there feeling like a man. He got up when he saw that his wife was upset. Like, I don't know how to describe it. This is a man who loves his wife and has no problem showing it. He likes to be with her and has no problem showing it. Another thing, he values her. To her, she's treasure. She's treasure. And he said something. He said he understood the struggles of a black person and a black woman when he met his wife. He only understood it because he wanted to. I hope I haven't lost you in all of this. He understood because he wanted to. He wasn't obligated to. He wanted to understand. And he said he understood better. And that was why he could make the decision he made when he stepped down as CEO. How many black men will actually do that? How many? How many black men can hit their chest and say what Alexis has done for his wife that we can see? I'm sure he's doing many other things that we can see, that we don't know. That what Alexis has done, Ohanian has done for his wife, he has no problem even recognizing. Some men would get offended, blow a gasket, ruin their marriage because they're referring to them as the husband of somebody. They get offended by that. Imagine. He's proud of it. It's like Serena's husband. Yeah, he's Serena's husband. Like he's proud of that. He seems more proud of being Serena Williams' husband, than he is of being a CEO of his own company. I learned a lot from that. And frankly speaking, seeing what happened, I said, you know what? I am not lowering my standards. I'm sorry. My standards remain intact. If the man can do all this for a woman and be this way with a woman and not think twice about it, it's not even a sacrifice for him. What he's doing, I don't think there are many black men who can actually do that for their wives. Especially if she's a black woman. How many of them would stay at home to take care of their daughter, of their children? How many black men, I'm talking about the famous ones now, can fix their daughter's hair? How many? I notice a lot of white men that are married to black women, they like to do their daughter's hair. I noticed quite a number of them. Like they're willing to learn. Their wife will coach them. This is how you're going to do it. They want to learn. I'm sure he learned to, jeez, he probably didn't know how to do a woman's hair. But he learned because, you know what, this is his daughter. So please, I'm begging, let's leave this couple alone to enjoy their life. Don't be if I'm not happy, other people cannot. Believe you me, if you make things difficult for someone else in their happy place, you're not going to be happy yourself. When you're happy for other people because they're happy, happiness will come to you. That's just it. What you wish for others will come to you eventually. But if you insist on just being envious, being jealous, being hateful, just because someone has something you don't have, everyone has something that the other person doesn't have. That is how God created it, so that we all need one another. What the difference between you and I is our contribution to this world. What makes you different makes you beautiful. What makes me different makes me beautiful. And so does every other person. Let's not get into some competition and contentious emotional crap. Because someone has something we don't have, someone achieved something we haven't achieved. Focus on yourself, on growing yourself, on developing yourself. Before you envy someone else, ask yourself, can you put in the work that they had put in to get to where they are today? If you know you can't do it, respect them and say, you know what, girl, you know what, bro, you're the real MVP. And you might want to learn one or two things from them. It might be a motivation for you that, you know what, if I really am serious about getting anywhere in life, I have to work towards it. Well, I just thought I should just state my opinion about the Williams Ohanian family, right? Stay safe and wish other people well, okay? So that it can be well with you. Wish others well. Whatever is pure, whatever is of good reports, whatever is of praise, whatever is true, think on these things. Shalom.